What happened to that person that took your virginity? Where are they in life? She killed herself 13 years ago. She was a great person. Sorry to hear that. He died in a car accident about 15 years ago. I found out when I was cyber stalking people from my past and found his obituary. It was quite sad finding that out. Just wasn't the expected outcome of that particular internet search. Sadly mine died in a car crash too. Sad face, it sucked. We were together at the time, but had argued on the phone the night before. It was the only time I ever hung up without telling him I loved him, and it was my last chance ever. It still haunts me. I saw her at a parade a while back. She had a couple of kids and looked rougher than I remembered. Meth'll do that. That's pretty methed up, man. Thanks, Mike Tyson. She's an attorney. She gave me some advice when I wanted to adopt a few years ago. Sweet girl, and still gorgeous 20-something years later. She joined the circus in an administrative capacity, but it's less fun to say that way. Mine actually literally became a trapeze artist, so I bet your first was freaking amazing then. She was an elephant before that. Even better. I can still feel her beard. Probably still in the graveyard. Probably. Man, haven't seen her since she moved out and divorced me 5 years ago. I honestly have no idea what she's up to, but I actually hope she's found help for her mental illnesses and is generally happy. But she can stay wherever she is. I don't need to see her again. She became an herbalist out west and died a few years ago. My third girlfriend died also, and my first wife. I have a kind of large pile of corpses of people I've loved for somebody who's 63 years old and doesn't murder people. Figuratively, I don't actually have a pile of corpses. Doesn't murder people. That's what a murderer would say. Figuratively, I don't actually have a pile of corpses. A murderer with a pile of corpses, no less. She married some military dude and had a hard life. Last I found her on Facebook, she was promoting a GoFundMe so she could get new teeth. Had recently lost everything in a house fire. Has a couple of kids. Edited to add, I'm not entirely sure of her husband's military involvement. The pictures I saw could have been taken at a Halloween party for all I know. It makes sense though that a military spouse should not have to crowdfund a set of chompers. Also, she didn't lose her teeth in a fire. I'm pretty sure the tooth loss was a much more gradual process. Bloody hell. GoFundMe for teeth. Yet all our expensive health insurance plans still don't include even a touch of dental. That's a whole separate and expensive thing. Cheated on me. Got fat. Had a kid. Cheated on that guy. Had another kid. Cheated on that guy. And now lives in her mom's basement. Well, what a ride. 4 rides, to be exact. Sitting next to me eating SpaghettiOs out of a Pyrex bowl. Not because of a lack of better food or bowls, but because he like it and the Pyrex is the biggest glass bowl. I can respect that. He passed away at 19 after suffering a seizure in his sleep. We'd broken up about 6 months before. It's been 10 years, but every once in a while I still wonder who he'd be today. Sorry to hear this. I'm so sorry. My partner's death was determined to be SUDEP as well. Frick seizures. Single mom. 30 years old, with 2 kids. She seems like she's a terrific mom and tries the best she can with limited resources. Thanks for the memories, Olivia, and good luck. I haven't seen her in almost 20 years, but apparently everyone still thinks she's a bitch. I ran into her on the street not too long ago. She's engaged and seems to be doing well otherwise too. Still drop dead gorgeous as well. Sometimes I go on Facebook and ask if I haven't talked to them in the last 3 years and don't expect to talk to them in the next one. I unfriend. It's probably not personal. Nothing personnel, kid. Unfriends. I misread your post at first. Instead of engaged, I thought you had written enraged. Really had me wondering how badly your first time could have gone. She's now my stepsister. Stepbrother. I need your help. I was getting my clothes out of the dryer, and now I'm stuck. Stop. Stepbrother, I'm lost. Probably still taking hundreds of people's virginity. Lost mine at the Mustang Ranch. Lost mine at Ram Ranch. Those 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch get crazy. Lost mine at Demolition Ranch. Lost mine to someone who likes ranch dressing. Gave birth to my half-brother. Whoa, that's rough to have the girl snatched by your own dad. Thank you for figuring this out for me. She married the next guy she dated. Had 2 kids and moved to Boston. He cheated on her with another dude and left her recently. In jail for child abuse and recording it. Sick bastard. No doubt. I just wish I'd have gotten him caught earlier. Wait, did he abuse you as a child? I'm sorry you had to endure that. And yes, I was his child. Dead. Frick cancer. We did have an almost 25-year run though. She's got 3 kids and is doing terribly. It is the way. This is the way. This is the way. LOL, I meant to write it is the way it goes. But this is much better. Missed opportunity. This is better. I have spoken. He is now an OB-GYN. Sometimes it makes me laugh that he sees dozens of vaginas a day, but mine was the first. That influence. I should fix these for a living. He saw his future in that pussy. Pussy so good you become a doctor. On the surface, being an OB-GYN sounds perversely intriguing, until you remember that most patients are not 25-year Playboy models. They are 40, 50, and 60 and are in visits for DNC consults, PAPs, infections, etc. We are still decent friends for the last 19 years. She recently got married to a very nice guy and they have good careers in tech. I am very happy for them. It's always wholesome when you can still hold someone in a kind regard after a breakup. My answer. Not long after we started dating, she took on 2 jobs while also caring for her grandma. She didn't have time for me anymore, so we broke up even though we didn't want it. Last I spoke to her, she rented a house to live with her grandma in, and was having ovary problems, so she was going to get surgery to get them removed, ruining her goal of having kids. I asked her to let me know when the surgery was so I could check up on her, but I never heard from her again. It's been a year and I still think about her every day. If you still think about her every day, it's maybe worth it to try to get in contact again. You might regret it later, otherwise. Last I heard he was in a jail for sexual assault of a minor. Yikes. It's no good diddling kids. You should write a song about it. There is no quicker way to make people think you diddle kids than by writing a song about it. They are always at the yearly family reunion. Law and Order. Special Victims Unit. These are their stories. Dun dun. Banjo music starts. Seinfeld theme plays. We took each other's virginity about 20 years ago. She's a psychologist now, has her own practice, lives in SC. Still looks amazing. Still does gymnastics. Married, has 2 kids. We still talk once a year or so and are still friends after all these years. Wholesome. I see her almost every day. She's my wife after all. Like these ones the most. You like other men's wives? He's married, but he's only been faithful to her for 2 years of their 6-year marriage. So, ouch. Yep. She's only ever been with him and he resents the frick out of her for having to settle. Whoa, that's harsh. Sounds like he should just end it for both their sakes. She was killed in self-defense after coming after her girlfriend with a knife. I read that wrong like 3 different times. Sounds like you definitely dodged a bullet getting away from that psycho. A knife. It's very sad really. He's married to me. Truly the saddest of all love stories. Good job though. Same. She hasn't been able to get rid of me. I'm married to mine as well. He's downstairs playing video games and watching over our newborn twins while I take a bath. Congrats on the new babies. Twins are a wild ride, smiley face. I'm pretty sure she is somewhere in this world living her own life, but I haven't found her yet. Keep it up, buddy. If over 4 hours, see a doctor. Well, of course I know him. He's me. He's sleeping while I read it. He's still my best friend and husband. I hear you fam. Love being married to my best friend. Probably dead. I lost my virginity to a heroin addict $4.40. I don't even know her name, sad face. I lost mine $4.300. You got a good bargain. Laying here next to me 26 years later not wanting to have X tonight. Add it to the spreadsheet. I understood this reference. I didn't. What is this? Still with them. They refuse to give it back. I tried calling the police, but they just laughed at me. Mum says it's my turn to have the virginity. Hold up.